Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, this is another one of those special reactions. If you saw the earlier video today, this is another one from Younha, pulled straight out of the overall bigger reaction to the full album, In Theory Final Cut. So this one is called Event Horizon. Like I said, this is the entire reaction is just pulled straight out of that video. So if the commentary seems a little bit off, or if you notice some references that I'm speaking about, but you're like, where the hell did that come from? It's probably something from earlier in the reaction. So if that bothers you, or if you're intrigued, either one, feel free to check out that full reaction coming up. But yeah, I thought this would be cool to kind of separate these for those of you who you're just interested in the music video reactions, or maybe you don't have an hour and 45 minutes to watch the entire album reaction. So yeah, shout out to Younha for the overall request, and by default these other two videos that we've pulled out. Enjoy, and I'll see you after the video. Again, if you're viewing this one separately, I am currently in the middle of reacting to a full album, the final cut of In Theory, not Growth Theory, from Younha. This was a Patreon sponsored request. So like I said, if you're watching this one on its own, on the YouTube channel, and you want to see the rest of the album, or if maybe I make a reference that you don't understand, it's probably because I am referencing something else in this reaction, so feel free to go check that video out. But for those of you who are here on the actual full reaction, thanks for hanging with us this long. We've still got this one and 3 more to go, but let's see what Younha's got with Event Horizon. This is another 5.5 minute long music video. Last one had gorgeous cinematic storytelling. Let's see what this one gives us.
생각이 많은 건 말이야 당연히 해야 할 일이야 나에겐 우리가 지금 1순위야 안전한 유리병을 핑계로 바람을 가둬둔 것 같지만 기억나 그날의 우리가 잡았던 그 손엔 말이야 설레임보다 커다란 믿음이 담겨서 난 웃음을 줬지만 울음이 날 것도 같아서 소중한 건 언제나 두려움이니까 문을 열면 들리던 목소리 너로 인 해변에 있던 따뜻한 공기 여전히 자신 없지만 안녕히 저기 사라진 별의 자리 어쩌나 이 하얀 빛
Getting back to our rock with Younha here. Those gorgeous vocals, man.
솔직히 두렵기도 하지만 노력은 우리에게 정답이 아니라
Portal to another world? This is another really good song from her.
저기 사라진 별의 자리 아스라이 하얀 빛 한동안은 꺼내볼 수 있을 거야 아낌없이 반짝인 시간은 조금씩 곁어져 가더라도 너와 내 맘에 살아 숨 쉴 테니 여긴 서로의 끝이 아닌 새로운 게 모퉁이 익숙함에 진심을 속이지 말자 하나둘 추억이 떠오르면 많이 많이 그리워할 거야 걸었어요 그래도 이제는 사건의 지평선 너머로
Just vocally stellar every time.
사건의 지평선 너머로
All right. Interesting. Nice little artistic ending scene there. Okay, so song-wise, again, vocally stellar. No pun intended on the whole star thing. But anyway, the message seems to be speaking about like an amicable breakup and moving forward with new possibilities in life. And the term event horizon is another science term. It's essentially the surface of a black hole, which if I recall my my science is an imploded star that like has collapsed on itself. I always get exploded and imploded mixed up, but I believe black holes come from an implosion and nebula come from an explosion, like a supernova. But anyway, event horizon, like I said, is essentially the surface of a black hole, and you can't see beyond the event horizon. In other words, you can't tell the future in terms of what it relates to in this song. Also, science-wise, it has something to do with the escape velocity being faster than the speed of light, which is why, especially if you've ever heard just a basic explanation of black holes, that's why they say like even light can't escape from a black hole. So yeah, that's essentially the concept we're going with event horizon, is that like, okay, as we move on this new journey, we can't see the future, but you know, we know there's something there. All right, so let's go back and listen again. So it's like we've got these not broken but not pieced together tiles. Alright, I don't know why there's a payphone in the bathtub area, but what do I know? Alright, I can't read any of that, but she's gonna make a call.
생각이 많은 건 말이야 당연히 해야 할 일이야 나에겐 우리가 지금
So These first couple of lines, what was the first part? To have a lot of thoughts, it's a burden to be done. I don't know if she's saying like it's a burden to be done, like it's a burden for us to be ended, or it's a burden to be done in terms of like carrying all those thoughts. You could think of either one. I think it's probably the latter. To me, our relationship comes as a priority, but maybe to the other person it didn't. Like, it seems like she's going out of her way to call the person, but also, I thought she was on the phone calling the person, and she very well could be, but then, like, she looks out and sees this person out here, and that's the one that they're, like, the relationship is with. So I don't know if, like, I don't know. I'm sure she's not talking about cheating on whoever she's calling. Maybe this is like setting the story up how like they met or something. I don't know. But anyway, so the relationship was a priority. Again, maybe it wasn't to the other person. With a safe glass bottle as an excuse. I don't know what that's supposed to be about. Like, at first I was thinking like an alcohol bottle, but that really wouldn't be considered safe. And then this part, it seems like the wind was locked in. It's like when you build one of those tiny ships in a bottle and you put the cork in there, except in this case it would be without the ship. So she's got the smile, like wistful, contain more faith and excitement. So it's like contain more faith and excitement in the sense of like we thought this would work more so than like, hey, we're so excited to be together. Had the widest smile. Oh, shame on anyone who took that from her. Alright, so now they're holding hands. The voice heard when the door was open. Now remember, we saw that door at the very end. But I didn't remember her like hearing a voice. The warm atmosphere that has changed because of you. So like this person's presence, they're gonna agree to go their separate ways essentially. Because I feel like this part here, the warm atmosphere, like she was happy, but that's changed because of this person. Still not sure, like she still has those feelings, but she's got to say goodbye. It's not working out. So the bright light of that star, what I assume might have been like the remnants of their relationship or their love. Like even if that decreases little by little, that those remnants will live and breathe in both of their hearts. This is not the end of each other. So I don't know if she's saying like this isn't the end of each other as like a couple. Or if she's saying like this isn't the end of us individually. But it's the corner of a new road. So what, like, we may not be a couple, but we could still be friends. Yeah, I don't know. But I do know, remember the theme of this album is about ending. So this is clearly the end of a relationship, but also the beginning of a new path. This line that gets repeated a lot, I enjoy. Let's not deceive the truth with familiarity. So in other words, let's not get so comfortable and complacent with what we were and what we know. Let's not get so like engrossed in that familiarity to forget and to pay attention to what is really going on. Like, the truth is, this isn't working. For whatever reason, we're not good together, or we need to move on. Like, yeah, we might be comfortable together. We might, have all these things. Maybe we have a an account together. Maybe we have an apartment. Maybe we have a dog. I don't know. But whatever it is, let's not confuse that or let that confuse our actual reality. One by one, when our memories arouse, in other words, when they're apart and they're thinking back on their time together, she'll miss him very much. But that's a discussion for a later date, because the next line is, but not right now. Or thank you, but now it's beyond the event horizon. In other words, thank you for the time and the memories that you gave, but will I miss you fondly? Yes, but I don't know when. That's a future that I can't see right now. It's beyond the event horizon. Like, I can't imagine the time when that will happen. I'm sure it will, and I'll be grateful for you and the time we shared, but right now it's time to move on. And it's amicable. Remember, like, they're parting on good terms. There's a line coming where she even says, like, the final gift is a, like, pleasant goodbye or something like that. So effort's not the end. Like, we can't fix this just by trying harder. The last gift is a neat goodbye. So, like, you know, not having a messy breakup or fighting or anything, just gracefully, you know, mutually going our separate ways. Then there's the explosion. That was the supernova. There's the door she was mentioning earlier. When she opens that door, she's gonna see the event horizon, or the black hole. By the way, that missing star is what became the black hole. Or maybe it became that nebula there. See this door? Even though it's leading to the black hole and the event horizon, is almost like a door to endless possibility. Fades away like a sparkling light, and she falls into the event horizon. Except realistically, if you fell into a black hole, you would instantly die, because everything, all matter gets compressed into an infinitely dense state, and you would just pop like a balloon. But I digress. Anyway, enjoyable song. I like that. This was another one that had a lot of production value in the sense of like a cinematic story. not sure how accurate my interpretation of the song is. I do actually remember when I was looking up a little bit of information about this album, though, I remember seeing her say that most of these songs don't have a set interpretation because they're going to be heard differently and experienced differently by each person who listens to them. And so she didn't want to, I think the interview question was about Stardust, but she was asked like, what is Stardust about? And she gave that answer about like all the songs having different meanings, and that they would be experienced differently by each of us. So I'm curious to know if you have a similar interpretation or something completely different. But apparently, according to the artist herself, neither of us are going to be wrong. That neither of us are going to be right either, but whatever. But yeah, enjoyed that one. So, alright guys, so that was the reaction for Younha with Event Horizon. I'm not entirely sure that I really nailed that interpretation, although, like I said in the video, the article I read where she had been interviewed, she basically said that she wants people to come at this and make their own interpretations. So let me know what you guys thought of this one in the comments below. Not just like what you thought of it, but if you have your own interpretation, let me know. I'm pretty fluid on, and flexible with accepting a new interpretation for something that I really am not sure of. On some of the videos, I'm like, no, I don't think that's quite right because of this. This one, I'm like, no, I think anybody could probably be right as long as you're just like trying a little. but yeah, let me know. But thanks for checking this one out, and shout out again to Henshaw for the request, and by default these extra 2 videos. And shout out to the Patreon users as a whole. They'll be right up here. Thank you guys so much for your support. Patrons, if you're not familiar, get access to free content, but the subscribers also get access to the things that we can't put here on YouTube, and they get guaranteed prioritized requests sent to the top of the request queue every month. The link to that queue is in the description below. And if you'd like to get to the top of the queue, but you don't want to go through Patreon, there is the option of going through PayPal and doing a sponsored request that way. There's a link down there as well. So feel free to check any and all of that out. And if you're curious to see the overall full reaction, and you've got a lot of time to kill, or you want to pause and do it in chunks, whatever, make sure you check out the full reaction for End Theory. That'll be live here in just a little bit. But thanks again for checking this one out, and take care, everybody.